Well, the leaks continue to plague GTA 6, and that's what we saw today, as the trailer was actually leaked one day before we got the official trailer from Rockstar. They said, screw it, hey, this thing is all over the internet. Thousands of people have already seen it, so we're just going to show it to you early. That's what we're going to talk about today as I show you some things that you may have missed in the trailer and some things that have been confirmed from leaks that were well over a year ago. So if you like the content that I do here and want to keep up with GTA 6, Texas Chainsaw, Call of Duty, and any of the other games that I do, consider subscribing. Let's go ahead and get into it. So let's talk about some of the stuff that we actually know from the trailer right now. First of all is we're going to get our Bonnie and Clyde storyline. So Lucia and Jason are going to be working together. We see Lucia as actually in prison in the opening shots of the trailer. So either she got paroled out, which I doubt, or she gets busted out, presumably by Jason. And so it's going to be pretty cool to actually play with two characters and hopefully do co-op like we were kind of anticipating. Now, of course, you could play as all three characters in GTA 5 and seamlessly kind of move between them all. And yeah, you did some missions together, but this one seems much more focused on the two of you doing missions together as opposed to kind of everybody doing their own thing, and then every once in a while everybody kind of meets up like GTA 5. So that's going to be pretty interesting, and I cannot wait to play with these two characters in this dynamic location. Another thing that I noticed is the NPCs are incredible. When you look at GTA 5, I think it pushed the bar forward, and I think Red Dead Redemption pushed it even further. This is, I hate to use it because it's just, well, lack of better terms, on a whole nother level. The little dimples that you see in the faces of some of the characters and just little imperfections. The eye movements, they don't have that kind of dead stare like they're looking right through you. It looks like they're looking at the other character that they're talking through. When they're having interactions with each other, you can tell it's very natural and lifelike and just incredible to actually see. And we knew this was going to push the bar graphically, but when you see it for the first time, it is really incredible. From the lighting effects and that purple and pink and orange sunsets to the way the city looks at night, to the lighting from the cars on the people and the environment around it, to just the people laying on the beach and the guy grabbing his crotch. Like, there's so much stuff going on that it gives you this real sense that this is going to be not only the biggest GTA map we've ever had, not only the most diverse as far as the different places you can go, but also the most alive map we've ever had, with a whole variety of different people to interact with. We saw quite a bit in that trailer, and it all looked like GTA. When I see a guy in nothing but his underwear, watering his grass, and a thick woman twerking on top of a car, I know this is a GTA experience that I want to be a part of, and I can't wait. We're going to be going back to Vice City, so this is exciting because not only do we get the ocean, we get the hustle and bustle of the city, but we also get swamps. I don't know if y'all noticed this, but alligators were a huge part of this reveal trailer, so that was kind of cool to see, and it's just going to be really interesting when you're in an airboat in the Everglades, you know, doing missions out there or just exploring stuff out there. So this map, I think it just shows it's going to be absolutely massive. And I always kind of felt like with GTA 5, although there was a good variety, this is going to be on a whole nother level as far as the variety and the locations and, you know, just how different all of these locations will actually feel. And again, from what we know, the map is going to grow even post-launch, so that's something to look forward to as well. But from what I've seen in that trailer, Vice City is going to be even more alive than it's ever been. Now, we also got a year for the release, by the way, which is going to be 2025. I would expect that it's going to be before that either March or April timeline from Take-Two Interactive. I talked about this in my last video, but they expect a big year from their fiscal year of, I think it's April 2024 to March 2025. So I would expect it to be before then, maybe the end of next year, but they definitely said 2025. So it looks like that's when we're going to actually get this release if it's not pushed back. It also looks like social media is going to play a huge part in this game, which makes sense because of the time that we're living in. You see all the different clips with people live streaming and uploading certain videos. That's again where we get the alligator, of course. But this also will probably play a big role when we're actually committing crimes. Everybody has a cell phone now. You can't get away with pretty much anything because there's cameras everywhere. So maybe random strangers, as opposed to just kind of running away and telling on you like they did in RDR2, they can actually send these photos to the police to help identify you even further. Now, I talked about this in the first video as well. I believe they're going to be able to use license plate numbers and descriptions to be able to catch you. And of course, with everybody, having a cell phone in their pocket, this is going to be even more likely. And so that's one of the first things that I thought of in the social media aspect is, yeah, they're showing all these people having fun and doing their thing and blah, blah, blah. But how does that affect you when you're trying to get away from the cops? We'll just have to wait and see. Now, I can't necessarily confirm this, but I can't see why they wouldn't do this anyways. First-person perspective looks like it should be coming back. The only reason I say that is because you get that body cam footage, but that looks like maybe a social media post or something like that, possibly. But I would imagine first-person is going to come back. That might be one of their little subtle ways to kind of throw that in there and say, hey, yes, that is returning along with third person. Now, you have the typical GTA stuff that is kind of like, poking fun at society, which I always love. There was actually a little news flash that said a Leonardo man sucked up in a water spout and demands the city buy him a new suit. So I thought that was pretty fun. It also shows multiple clubs, like you have the Thrillbilly Mud Club and the High Rollers Lifestyle. So, like I talked about before, you can, I guess, go mudding in the game, which is kind of cool. I like to go mudding, so that interests me. But I don't know if it's like certain groups and stuff that you can join to do these activities, or maybe people you just come across in, doing your missions. I'm not really sure how that plays into it, but that will be, I don't know, kind of interesting to see how those different clubs and stuff play into your role with Jason and Lucia. We'll just have to kind of get some more info on that and see how that goes. But I noticed that a couple of times we had those little banners down at the right-hand bottom of the screen when they were showing some of these clubs, so I assume that's going to play some kind of big role in the game. Last thing I want to talk about that really stuck out to me is the details in the car wreck. So apparently somebody wrecked their car running from the cops after this guy had a Pee-wee's Dine and Dash. Now, if you look at car wrecks in previous games, again, I'll use GTA 5 as the example since that's the last game we have, there was obviously body damage that would happen to the car, but in this next generation, that we're in gaming, the devil is always in the details. So when you look at this car wreck closely, you notice that the water barrels that are used to absorb that impact so they don't run directly into the median are crushed up. You notice that, water's dripping everywhere. It looks like there's fluids leaking from the car. You notice how there's broken and shattered glass everywhere. And so while it may not be a huge detail, those are the kinds of upgrades and graphical things that I look for because it just shows realism. And so I think it's actually a bigger clip than what some people may think because it really shows the level of detail that we're going to be able to get into this game. And so I don't know, man, the whole thing excited me. I'm looking forward to weather events and seeing how that plays. Now, I had read that they are going to cancel the dynamic weather, meaning like your major disasters and stuff that we talked about in the first video. So that means at some point they confirmed it. I hope they go back on this. I don't know if it's going to happen now or not, but I'd really like to see some of those things. And I don't know, man, I'm just excited. I knew it was going to be a year away at least. Looks like it's going to be a little bit longer than that, but anytime we get any new information, of course, I'll keep you guys updated. And if you have any new information or you want to let me know what you think about the trailer, any exciting things that you may know about the game, let me know those things down below as well. Big thanks to you guys for watching. Again, if you like what I do, consider subscribing. See you on the next one. And as always, hold 'em down.